invited the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ into their city because they saw Islam as a faith that would resolve a lot of their internal conflicts. And our contribution to America needs to be one that helps to resolve a lot of its internal conflicts. It cannot contribute to its internal conflicts. We have to be the people who take the moral high ground on many different issues that are dividing our community and our country. We need some ta'leef. And we need to make spaces for people. We need a middle ground. That means not everything should happen in a masjid. That means sometimes you take your program to a library or a cafe. Sometimes you do the work in places that you're not comfortable with. Sometimes you reach out to people that you have nothing seemingly in common with. And this discomfort that comes with being relevant and practicing our faith in a dynamic way is something that, it's going to be uncomfortable. If you're used to isolating yourself and only working on one issue, it's only going to be Palestine. It's only going to be this issue. Then perhaps the purpose of your work has less to do with pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in a general way and more to do with working for a particular affiliation or a nation. We all suffer in isolation. We all suffer in isolation. Social media represents what happens to people in isolation. Their anger is expressed, in virtual reality. What we need is for people to actually physically come together, physically develop this togetherness. And it's going to be hard, but I leave you with this verse. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he tells us that a Muslim who interacts with others and is patient in facing all the hardship that comes through this engagement is a better Muslim than one who isolates themselves from people and is not patient. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is described as someone who is more generous than the free-blowing wind. His presence affected everyone. His presence benefited everyone. Anyone, even the plants, the animals, the trees, everyone benefited from him. Islam and the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was not just sent to the Muslims, he was sent to mankind. Are we, in our work, in our lives, are we only dealing with ourselves or are we dealing with all of mankind? May we be as generous and exemplify the generosity of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. May we be like the free blowing wind. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum.